getting this crochet top started, you're first going to grab your category 3 yarn, make a slip knot, grab your 4mm hook, and you're going to start off by making a chain that fits around the widest part of your bust minus 5 inches. And now that we have our chain, the next thing that we're going to do right before we start working on the actual body portion is figure out where that middle loop is and then go ahead and insert your stitch markers. And this is going to be different for everyone depending on what number you guys landed on. I have 2 middle markers, and that's fine. If you guys only have 1, go ahead and just insert your middle marker into just that one. But once we have that, all we're going to do is block off that last chain. We're going to chain up 3. This counts as a double crochet. We're going to prepare for a double crochet, insert our hook into that loop that we blocked off, or the 4th loop from the hook, and we're just going to be putting 1 double crochet. And then once we have that 1 double crochet, we're going to be going back down our chain with 1 double crochet into every loop until we reach our stitch marker. Then I'll show you guys what to do from there. Now that we've double crocheted all the way down our chain up until we get to our stitch marker, I'm now going to make a chain of however many stitch markers I blocked off. So I have 2 here, so I'm going to chain out 2. And if you guys have 1, go ahead and make a chain of 1. But once we have our chain, we're going to prepare for a double crochet. We're going to skip those 2 stitch markers that we have blocked off, go into the loop after that with a double crochet, and then just for reasons, we're going to take the stitch marker out, and this is what we should have. And then from here, go ahead and work our way back down the rest of the chain, putting 1 double crochet into every loop. So prepare for a double crochet, insert your hook into the next loop with a double crochet. And keep doing this all the way down. Once we get to the end, we're going to chain up 3 and then work our way back. And then I'll show you guys what to do once we get to this gap that we just made. Once we've double crocheted back to our itty bitty gap that we made for ourselves, we're going to do the same thing that we did in the previous row. So for me, I have a chain of 2. So I will be chaining 2, preparing for a double crochet, and then we're going to double crochet into that first double crochet loop that we have. And we're going to be maintaining this loop for the remainder of this top. So, I didn't need to do that. We're going to be putting 1 double crochet into every loop, and so when we get to the end, we're going to chain up 3, work our way back, maintain the gap, and then keep doing this until this part covers most of your chest. We're going to do a little top border when we get there, but I will meet you guys back in the next clip and let you guys know the measurement that I have. We now have our solid block of double crochet while maintaining that itty bitty cutout that we have in the middle, and now we're going to start working on the top detail. And just as a reference, I have 3.5 inches, and I stopped about an inch from mid boob up top, if that makes sense. But once we have that, we're going to chain up 4. The first 3 count as a double crochet. We're going to flip our work. We're going to prepare for a double crochet. We're going to skip 1 loop, insert our hook into the loop after that with a double crochet. So we're going to be going in with a row of net. We're going to chain 1, prepare for a double crochet, skip 1 loop, double crochet into the loop after that, and then we're going to keep doing this until we get to that middle gap that we made for ourselves, and then I'll show you guys what to do from there. Now that we've made it over to the middle, what we're going to do from here is we're going to still maintain this middle gap. So for me, I have a chain up of 2. We're going to chain 2, prepare for a double crochet, insert our hook into that loop, and then chain 1, prepare for a double crochet, skip 1 loop, double crochet, and we're going to keep doing this all the way down. We are now all finished up with our row of netting, and the last thing that we have to do right before we start doing our design on top is just do 1 more row of solid double crochet. So we're going to chain up 3, flip our work, and then from here we're going to prepare for a double crochet, and then just put 1 double crochet into every loop that we have while maintaining that middle loop, and then I'll meet you guys back once we're all the way across. So this is what we should have when we are done with our solid row of double crochet that went all the way across on top of our row of net. And then right before we get started on this top detail, what we're going to do is figure out where the 3 points are that we want to do our detail at on this top. So the first one is obviously going to be in the middle, and then for this panel we're just going to look at this guy first. So from here to here, I went ahead and just figured out where that middle loop was, and then I put this here. This one is just here so that I can see things, but this stitch marker doesn't do anything. And then I did the same thing on this side, just went ahead and put a stitch marker into this middle loop that we have in between this panel as well. And then once we have that, we can get started. Getting started on this next row, we're first going to chain up 3. This counts as a double crochet. We're going to flip our work, prepare for a double crochet. We're going to put 1 double crochet into that same loop that we are currently in, just like that. From here, we're going to chain out 1, prepare for a double crochet, skip 2 loops, so skip 1, 2, insert your hook into that third with 2 double crochet. There's 1 and there's 2. And then from here, let's do this one more time. Chain out 1, prepare for a double crochet, skip 2 loops, 1, 2, insert your hook into that third with 2 double crochet, and then we're going to keep doing this until we get to our stitch marker. We have done this pattern all the way up until we got to our first stitch marker, and then as you guys can see, we have 1 loop available, and then our stitch marker is in the loop after that. So we're actually going to skip these 2. Instead of doing a chain 1 from this set of 2 double crochet, we're going to chain out 3. 1, 2, 3. We're going to prepare for a double crochet, and then we're going to consider this as the middle marker. So whatever we have on this side, we're going to do the same thing on the other side. So since this loop is skipped over here, we're going to skip this loop over here and then insert our hook into the loop after that with 2 double crochet, just like that. And then we're going to maintain doing this. So chain 1, prepare for a double crochet, skip 2 loops, insert your hook into that third with 2 double crochet. And then we're going to continue doing this all the way down until we get to our next stitch marker, and I'll show you guys what to do from there. We've now made our way over to this middle stitch marker, and we're going to do the same thing that we did over here. But as you guys can see, we had 3 loops over here available, and we just have 2 loops here just because you want to keep everything even. This is going to be different for everyone, but just try and keep everything as even as possible. Once we get here, we're going to chain 3, prepare for a double crochet, and then since this set of 2 double crochet was into this last loop on this side, we're going to insert it into this first double crochet loop on this side. So here's 1 double crochet, and then here's another double crochet, and then maintain this pattern until you get to this stitch marker, and then once you get here, you're going to chain 3 once you get over it, but keep working your way all the way down, and then I'll show you guys how to do the next row. Now that we've made our way all the way back down with whatever pattern this is, we're going to continue doing this basically. So we're going to start off by chaining up 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. The first 3 count as a double crochet. We're going to flip our work, and then into each of these gaps that we made for ourselves, we're going to be putting 2 double crochet. So here's 1 and 2, and we're still going to have a chain 1 in between. And then we're going to keep doing this until we get to that spot where we did our chain 3 in between, so right over here. Now that we have made our way over to our chain 3 over here, what we're going to do from here is, I already have a chain 1. We're going to chain out 2, so a total of 3 chains. And then into this middle gap that we have, we're just going to be putting 1 single crochet, and then chain out another 3, prepare for a double crochet, and then go back into each gap putting 2 double crochets with a chain 1 in between. And then we're going to do the same thing once we get to this bit of our chain 3 over here, and then this same chain 3 over here. And then I'll meet you guys back once we get down that way. We have made our way all the way down with our second row of our top border detail. And what we're going to do from here is chain up 3, that counts as a double crochet, flip our work, and then into this first gap that we have, we're going to do a set of 2 double crochet. You guys guessed it, chain 1, prepare for a double crochet, put 2 double crochets into that next gap, and then we're going to maintain this all the way until we reach our design that is right over here. We've made our way over to the last gap that we have right before we did our chain 3, and then what we're going to do from here is chain out another 3, so 1, 2, 3, and then from here we have 1 single crochet loop right in the middle, but we're going to be doing 3 single crochet into the chain. So we're going to put 1 single crochet right here, 1 into the middle, and then 1 into the chain right after that. So let's do that together. Insert our hook into that 1 chain that's right next to our single crochet, and we're going to put 1 single crochet into that guy. We're going to put a single crochet into that middle guy, so that single crochet we did in the previous row, and then into the chain right after with 1 more single crochet. So we should have 3 in total, and then from here chain out another 3, prepare for a double crochet, insert our hook into that next gap, and then we're going to do that all the way down. Now that we've made our way all the way back down, what we're going to do from here is pretty much the same thing. We're going to chain up 4. The first 3 count as a double crochet. We're going to flip our work, and then we're going to go into every gap, you guys already know, with 2 double crochet, chain 1, 2 double crochet until we meet our design. Now that we're at our design portion, we're going to do the same thing that we just did in the previous row. So we're going to chain out 3, and then since we have 3 single crochet here, we're going to go in with 5 single crochet. So into the first chain that we have right next to our 3 single crochet, we're going to put 1 single crochet. And then into this set of 3 single crochet that we have right here, we're going to be going in with 1 single crochet per loop. So here is 2, since we're counting the first one. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then we just have 1 more single crochet to do, which is on this outside chain right here. And 5, there we go. And from here we're going to chain out 3, prepare for a double crochet, and then go into this next gap with a set of 2 double crochet. And then we're going to do the same thing that we did here into every other, no, that's not it, into every other set of our design that we have. We have made our way all the way to the end doing our detail of 5 single crochet into this guy, and now we're going to start bringing it in. So going to chain up 3, counts as a double crochet as always, flip our work, and then go into each gap with 2 double crochet until we reach our design. So we're now at our design, and then we've been typically stopping in between this set of 2 double crochet, but since we're gonna bring this in a little bit, we're going to chain 1 and then put the same set of 2 double crochet into this gap where we did our chain 3 in the previous row. So here is 1 and 2, and then once we have that, we're going to chain out 3, and then we're going to do a set of 3 single crochet into this 5. So we're going to skip the first single crochet, which is this one right here, and then into this single crochet we're going to put 1 single crochet into the next, that counts as 2, and then into the one after that as 3, and then chain out 3, prepare for a double crochet, and then remember, into this big gap where we have our chain 3 is going to be where we have our first set of 2 double crochet. So go into there with 2 double crochet. So there's 1, there's 2, chain 1, prepare for a double crochet, go into that next gap. And then we're going to do the same thing all the way down. We've made our way over to the end, and we are almost done with this design portion. We just got a couple more rows to do. So what we're going to do from here is chain up 4, the first 3 count as a double crochet, flip our work, and then go into each gap with 2 double crochet until we get to our design. So we've made our way over to our design, and I'm sure you guys already guessed how to do it, but we're going to do it together one more time because this is going to be the last row for this design portion. But we already have our chain out 1, we're going to prepare for a double crochet, and then into this gap where we have our chain 3, we're going to be putting 2 double crochet. Once we have that, chain 3, and then into this section where we have 3 single crochet, we're just going to go into that middle loop or the second one with just 1 single crochet. And then we're going to chain out another 3, prepare for a double crochet, and then put our first set of 2 double crochet into this gap where we have our chain of 3 and 2, and then from here chain out 1, prepare for a double crochet, and then put 2 double crochet into every gap with a chain 1 in between, and maintain this design going all the way down. We have made it all the way down, and we are pretty much done with our design. We're just going to go in with one more row of our, whatever this is, thicker net. So all we're going to do is chain up 3, that counts as a double crochet, of course. Going into this first gap with 2 double crochet, chain 1, 2 double crochet, and then I'll show you guys what to do once we get to the design detail. We are now at our design. It's going to be super duper easy peasy, but we're going to chain up 1, go into this chain of 3 with 2 double crochet, and all we're going to do, chain 1, prepare for a double crochet, and then go into this next gap of 3 double crochet with of 3 chains, I'm sorry, and we're just going to go in with 2 double crochet, and then from there we're going to chain 1, prepare for a double crochet, and then go ahead and continue doing the same pattern of putting 2 double crochet into every gap with a chain 1 in between. And then we're going to do this all the way down, and we will be done with this portion, but don't cut and tie because we have some side nets to do. We've made our way all the way over to the other side, and now we're going to start working on our side panel or side net, whatever we're going to call it for this video. But for this first bit, we're just going to do a solid row of double crochet going all the way across. So we're going to chain up 3, and then we're going to turn our work so that we're going to be working into each of these side double crochets that we have. But into each of these side double crochets, all we're going to do is put 2 double crochets into each of them, And then we're going to continue doing this all the way down. We have now made our way all the way across, and what we're going to do from here is just do our row of netting. So we're going to chain up 3. This counts as a double crochet. It's going to be the same type of netting that we did for this first row of our thicker net, but we're not going to have any designs in the back. So we're going to prepare for a double crochet, insert our hook into that same loop that we're in, and then from here chain up 1, prepare for a double crochet, skip 2 loops, insert your hook into that third with 2 double crochet. And we're going to keep doing this until our back panel is thick enough so that we can start to work in our corset back tie when we get to that point. But you also have to make sure that you don't make this too thick, because we are going to have this on both sides and you guys still want a little itty bitty gap in the middle. So I'll meet you guys back once we have all this done. I'll let you guys know how thick mine is later. This is what we should have once we have both of our side panels done. And from one end down to where we have our first row of solid double crochet, I have 2 inches. And then I actually left it at that. I didn't do an extra row of single crochet. This is sturdy enough as is. And then once we have that, we're going to need to figure out where we want our straps to go. So the way that I did it was that I actually cheated and I made a strap, put this on, and then I figured out the best spot. And then for me, it's right next to where our side design is. And then I went to where this first set of 2 double crochet is, and then I went to the one right next to that and then put in my stitch markers. And then as for the back, I just went into the very last set of 2 double crochet that we have into this first row, and then that's where it's going to connect to the back. And then before you take it off, you're going to want to measure out, see how long you're going to need your strap to be. So from this first side, it's going to go up and over your shoulder, and then once when you hit this back marker that we have, you're going to measure that, and mine came out to 12 inches. So once we have that, now we can get started on the strap. So working on a strap, it's going to be super easy. We're going to take a look at where our first stitch marker is, and we're first going to take this out. We're going to be working into the front, and then our stitch marker is going to be right into this first set of 2 double crochet, and then we're going to count out 1, 2, 3, 4. We're going to be working into these 4 loops, so it's going to be the chain in front, the 2 set of double crochet, and then the chain after as well. So we're first going to insert our hook into that chain that's on the outside of our 2 double crochet. We're going to take this, pull it through, and then we're going to chain up 3, and then we're just going to put 1 double crochet into every loop until we get to this chain that's on the outside of this set of double crochet. So here is 2, 3, and then our last one goes into the outside chain, 4, if I can. Once we have our set of 4 double crochet, what we're going to do from here is chain up 3, flip our work, and then we're going to do a decrease. So we're going to chain up 1 extra, so we're going to have 4 in total. We're going to prepare for a double crochet, insert our hook into that next loop, yarn over, pull through, into the next, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through 3, pull through 2, and then once we have this, we're going to chain 1, prepare for a double crochet, and then double crochet into that last loop. And then for this next one, 1, 2, 3, flip our work, prepare for a double crochet, and then just go straight across, putting 1 double crochet into every loop. So here's 1, 2, 3, and then 4. And then as you guys can see, we have 1 extra, and it is going to start to expand a little bit. So let's do the next one. 1, 2, 3, 4, flip our work, and then into this next loop we're going to prepare for a double crochet, insert, pull through, into the next, insert, pull through, insert, pull through. So instead of going in through 2, we went in through 3 loops. Then we're going to yarn over, pull through everything, and then pull through 2, chain 2, prepare for a double crochet, and then double crochet into that last loop. And then once we have that, we're going to continue on with this pattern all the way up until we have the length that we need. Like I said, mine is going to be a total of 12 inches, and then I'll show you guys how to connect it from there. I now have my 12-inch strap, and now we're going to connect it to the back. And all we're going to do is fold it over, make sure that it's not twisted, and then once we make it here, we're going to take a look at where our stitch marker is in the back, and it's going to be the same deal as in the front. So it's going to be chain 2 loops where the 2 double crochet is, and then chain. So we're going to insert our hook into that first chain, And once we have that, we're going to yarn over, pull through everything. And from here, we're going to sandwich the strap and the body portion together. We can take out our stitch marker. And then we're going to insert our hook into the first loop that we have right here. Then insert our hook into the next loop that we have into the strap. And then single crochet. Let's do this one more time. Insert into the next loop that we have into the body. And then the next loop that we have into the strap. Single crochet it together. And then since we're here, we'll just do it one more time. Insert into the next strap, single crochet, and then that is how we attach our strap. From here we can chain up one and cut, and then we're going to do the same thing on the other side for the strap. Now that we have both of our straps attached, the last thing that we have to do for this entire top is just do a row of bulbs, and that's going to be along the side, along the front, and within the armholes as well. So I'm just going to show you guys how to do that, and then I'll let you guys have at it. But once we have that, we're going to insert our hook into where our side panel is, and then this first one is going to go up and over, and then it's going to go across the front of your chest. So once we have that, we're going to pull through, chain up one to secure, and then into each of these side double crochets we're going to be putting 2 single crochets. So here is 1, and then here's 2, and then into this next side double crochet that we have, we're going to be doing our bulb. So we're going to put 1 single crochet into that next side double crochet. We're going to chain up 3, and then we're going to go into that same loop that we're in, that same side double crochet, with 1 single crochet, just like that. Let's do this one more time. So into this next side double crochet, we're going to put 2 single crochet into the side double crochet. After that, we're going to put 1 single crochet, chain up 3, 1 single crochet into that next bulb. And then now that we're at the strap, I'm just going to show you guys how to do it. We're going to go ahead and insert our hook straight into that first side double crochet that we have into our strap, and then go in with whatever pattern you guys have. I just so happen to need to put 2 single crochet into the next one, and this is the next one that we had. Once we have that, next one is 1 single crochet, chain 3, 1 single crochet. And we're going to continue to do this all the way around. We're going to do the same thing for inside the strap where our armhole is. And then we're also going to do it along the bottom. I'll meet you guys back to do the bottom, but it is extremely simple. And then we will be all done. So I'll meet you guys back when we have the entire top portion done. So we actually just made our way down our first strap and then into this middle part. These are regular loops. I forgot that they're not side double crochets. So I'll show you guys how to do these. So the last thing that I did was a bulb. So into the next loop, we're going to put 1 single crochet into the loop after that, 1 single crochet, and then into the loop after that, another single crochet. And once we have that, we're going to chain out 3 single crochet going directly into that next loop. So all it is 3 single crochets. So there's 1, 2, 3, chain up 3, and then 1, 2, 3. Chain up 3, and then we're going to continue doing this all the way around. And since you guys know how to do it into these regular loops now, I don't need to come back and show you guys how to do it on the bottom. So go ahead and do everything, and then I'll meet you guys back. And this is what we should have once we are done doing all of our bulbs on the inside of our armholes, along the chest portion, and along the bottom. And then one of the last things that we have to do is just make a chain that's long enough to weave in and out of your holes that we made for ourselves, and mine is just a very simple chain of 50 inches. And then the last thing that we have to do after we have our chain is just weave in all of our ends. And now that we're all done weaving in the ends, this is our Crochet Reversible Peasant tank top. This is so cute worn both ways. I can't decide which one I like better, but let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. And I'm also loving the light coral color. There's a really loud car. Some of you guys may recognize it from our Easter week, but I think it goes really well with this style top. And if you guys agree, be sure to give this video a thumbs up. It's right beneath the video. It lets YouTube and I know you're enjoying the videos, and it goes a long way to helping the channel grow and gain some traction. But if you didn't like it, give it a thumbs down, but be sure to leave me a comment letting me know why you didn't like it, or if you have any questions, requests, or if you just want to say what's up. I usually reply pretty quick. And if you love it, do me a huge favor and hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. It's right beneath the video. It'll let you know when there's a new video uploaded to the channel, get you a bit more priority when it comes to requests, and it goes a really long way to helping the channel grow so I can keep making great videos for you guys. If you're already subscribed, huge thanks to you guys, but please hit that notification bell to know when there's a new upload for you right away, and please share with your crafty friends. Every bit helps. Links to the yarn and the hooks will be in the description, and if you buy something using those links, that also goes towards helping out the channel. Lastly, Instagram, Twitter, and Pinterest links are down there as well, and as always guys, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see y'all in the next one.